Josh is going to follow me around the stage until we figure this out.
Good job, Josh.
It's come up to a boil. Cole's dipping the tomatoes. And if you can see closely, put that up to the camera, Cole. It's getting nice and shiny. He's going to dip it in there like 3 times. It'll actually create a coat on the outside of the tomato, and then it turns into a jelly instantly on the outside of it. So the tomato itself is actually encapsulated in tomato water that's infused with kombu and bonito. That'll probably take him like 20 minutes, so we'll let him do that while we move on to the next step. He's a quarter of the way through, he says. The next part of it, every time you see a caprese, it's usually got the colors of red, white, green, and black. Basically basil, tomato, balsamic reduction. What else? What colors did I say? I forget already.
Red, white, green.
Got it. That one. So, to make the balsamic reduction, or make that kind of flavor that we're all used to seeing and tasting on the plate, what we took was rice wine vinegar. We reduced it by half. Then we steeped it with more bonito, like a tea. Same step that we followed with the dashi. Then at the very last moment, we added a little bit of squid ink to it. And what we ended up with is this reduction that actually looks like balsamic vinegar. So that's going to come on the plate at the end and you'll see that. But again, if you think about the direction we're going with this dish, your eyes are going to tell you it's that traditional caprese salad that we've all had. Your mouth is going to tell you something completely different. And if you could actually taste the dish, which you won't until I open a restaurant, and then the tomatoes might not be in season, so then you'll have next summer to taste it, you'll eat it, and it's sort of this intellectual experience with your palate, because your brain tells you that you're eating tomatoes and mozzarella and balsamic, but really, your mouth is telling you that you're eating something completely different. We're going to keep going with that theme. Now we're going to move on. Has anyone had a caprese salad before? Has anybody had it with that fancy Parmesan tuile top of it? Maybe you've had a Caesar salad too. They take the Parmesan cheese, they shred it, put it on a mat, they put it in the oven, they dry it out, and all of a sudden you've got this $52 salad that took like $3 to make, but it has a crispy piece of Parmesan cheese on top of it. We've all done that, right? Okay. Now we're going to actually make it $52, like the microphone is. We're going to make check. We're going to make our Parmesan tuile out of calamari. So what we have in this bowl here is calamari that we've just chopped. So there's nothing secret about this right here. It's a bowl. Chop, 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 chop calamari. We're going to add it to liquid nitrogen. So go to the frozen food section. Get a doer of this, liquid nitrogen. Pour it into a container. Throw some at your sommelier. Then we're going to add the calamari to the nitrogen. Stay with me, Josh. Over here. Josh. Okay. Don't put it in my face. Are you finished? She's 34 years old, too. You know how you can tell? We were drinking scotch while we were waiting for everything to get set up over here, so. Alright, we're going to add the calamari to the liquid nitrogen. And we're going to stir it around until it freezes.
Wow, that's so cool.
Hold up here, put them in the fridge. So when you're at home in your kitchen and you have your liquid nitrogen and you've got the squid in the container and you're getting ready to make your faux Parmesan tuile, you want to leave it in here until it gets really, really frozen, because what we're going to do is break it up. So you want to get it so cold that you can almost break it like glass. So we're going to leave it in here for like another 30 seconds. If you were with us in Aspen, was anybody with us in Aspen? Saul, Cooper, Max, some of my, these are my that are here in Aspen. So I actually left my finger in the container too long and ended up with frostbite. So you don't want to do that when you're at home. You have a masher, smasher? Yeah. I don't like it. What else?